Alright, this is a good little section where we go back and review some concepts involving proportions. We've been working with proportions for quite a while. These are some more proportions in context, and this is just a fun little worksheet, so I want to show you how this works so you can do this. What it has here is it's got, I think, about 12 problems, and it says solve each problem to find your solution in the answer column. So you're going to solve the problems, and then you're going to find that answer over here in the answer column. Note the two letters that are next to it. Write these letters in the two boxes above the exercise number at the bottom of the page. So at the bottom of the page, it's got a 3, so number 3, oh, it's only got 10 problems. Number 3, whatever the answer is to number 3, you put those two letters above here, and whatever the answer is to number 8, you put those letters above here. And the name of this assignment is What Did the Detective Say to the Crook? So when we unscramble these letters and get these in the right order, it's going to have an answer to that question. So what did the detective say to the crook? Now as you go through and solve these, let's just actually go through and do one of these. Let's take a look at number 1. There might be a little bit of background knowledge here, but definitely some use of proportions and stuff like that. Make sure you read the directions and show some work. There is really not enough work on this page to do most of these problems, so you may have to flip over to the back or get a piece of scratch paper. That's totally fine. I think I can squeeze the number 1 with the work in here. So it says to make his special salad dressing, Wolfgang combined 7 fluid ounces, FL stands for fluid ounces of oil with 4 fluid ounces of vinegar. So he's got oil and vinegar that he puts in this dressing. One day he needed a larger amount, so he used 8 fluid ounces of oil. So he increased it just a little bit. It says how much vinegar did he need. So let's use that original part-to-part ratio. So his salad dressing is 7 ounces of oil. So I'm going to put an O here and a V here for vinegar. 7 parts oil to 4 parts of vinegar. And then it says that he used 8 fluid ounces of oil, so that 8 ounces would go right here. And then what we don't know is how much vinegar is going to be used. Now if you want to use X, great. If you want to use V, that's totally fine. But let's go ahead and solve this. So we're going to do cross multiplying. So we get 7x equals, this is going to be 4 times 8. Now we're going to divide by 7, and in this particular case we get x equals, we can't do any cross cancellation or anything like that, so it's going to be 32/7. And again, this is how much vinegar there is, so I'm going to put down ounces here because it is ounces of vinegar. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to take a look. So what we're looking for is 32/7 of an ounce. Now if you'll notice, every single answer over here, I am not seeing a single fraction. They're either whole numbers or they have a decimal part to it. So let's go ahead and change this to a decimal. Let's grab our calculator. We're going to type in 32 divided by 7, and we're going to see what that gives us. So we've got 4.5. Now it looks like none of these are anything past the tens place. So it's 4.57 ounces, but we would probably round that to 4.6 ounces. Now a clue here, take a look at the units on this. Okay, there's a couple with ounces, but there's one right there that says ounces. There's one, oh, there's 4.6 fluid ounces. So there's our answer right there. So this is number 1. So number 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and circle that, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say, okay, if number 1 is 4.6 fluid ounces, which is an IC, above here I'm going to write an I and I'm going to write a C. So I'm done with that one, and then I'm going to move to the next one. Now just a hint on a couple of these. Read the directions, because on this one, like on number 3, it says count the teeth on gear A. So it says the ratio of the number of teeth on gear A to the number of teeth on gear B is 5 to 12. How many are there on gear B? Well, you can't see all of B here, but you can go through, and you can actually go through and physically count how many of those there are. So count those, and that'll be helpful there. Most of these are about, different units of measurement and stuff like that. I do want you to take a look at number 10. We're going to be painting a wall here, and it asks you to figure out how many quarts of paint it's going to take for one of these. when you paint a wall, you're filling up an area. So remember, the formula for area of a rectangle is base times height, length times width, however you want to think of it. And then you're going to use the size of those areas in order to figure out how much paint you're going to need. So good luck on that worksheet. I think you're going to find, although the answer might be corny, I still think it's kind of funny. So good luck with that. Thanks.